everybody. The Pod Has Spoken is back with your regulars. We have Ashleigh Smith, producer extraordinaire, co-host extraordinaire.
Mm-hmm.
We have Riley McAtee, who
What's
covers
up?
the NFL sometimes.
Sometimes.
Do you cover the NFL all the times? This is too much football talk for our audience. Pass. Just kidding, Riley. Riley does cover the NFL at The Ringer. And NFL, probably my favorite professional sport to watch. So,
yeah, did you like the Rams this weekend?
No.
I liked it.
Are you a Rams fan?
Yeah.
Oh,
you didn't know this?
What?
I mean, you live in the Bay Area. I would have assumed the Niners
Yeah.
or the Raiders. You seem like a Raiders Nation type of guy.
Might be because I do live in Oakland, but no, I never picked up the Raiders or the 49ers when I grew up here. But when I lived in LA for a while, that's when the Rams moved. So I picked them up when they came down. So I think that is enough football talk now for our audience.
Yeah, that definitely
Right.
is. I was going to say that too.
Yeah.
So moving on, we have our guest, the man of the hour, inventor of the old school and new school Survivor shirts with the new announcement, winner of Survivor Africa, also appeared on Survivor All-Stars, one of the greatest seasons of all time, and Winners at War, one of the greatest seasons of all time. Ethan Zohn. Ethan, tell us about these new shirts, dude. You're not
How's
wearing
it going?
new
I
shirts.
mean, you said you're with all the regulars, by the way. Just so you know, I've been on every single season you've ever recorded except one. So I'd like to feel like I'm a regular. Maybe not an every week regular, but a regular to the podcast. Can we redefine that?
Absolutely.
Okay,
You for
thank you.
sure
Has
are.
anyone else been on every single season of filming?
No. Danny McRae's probably number 2. And it only because he couldn't be on the first couple seasons because he was on the show.
Got it. Okay, makes sense. Yeah.
So
Cool.
Yeah, so that's it. So you are the most regular person outside of the regulars to be on.
So when the
this,
superlatives come out,
podcast.
I'm hoping there's a category designed just for me, Tyson.
There will be.
Thank you.
Riley,
Thank
you can
the
bake
legends
that in
of
on
the
the
pod
fly, right?
has spoken.
Let me think about it.
You got it, Riley.
Yeah.
We'll just do it right now. Riley, in your opinion, who has appeared on this podcast more times than anybody outside of us three and former and
you've missed a couple
former
episodes,
producers?
Riley, on vacation and stuff.
Yeah, I
which
have on
wasn't
occasion.
cool. Babies.
No, Ethan, I think it's you, and then I think it's Danny. I think that's exactly right. And I don't even know who would be third.
Right. There is no third.
Maybe
Let's get back to
Claire.
Claire's been on a few times.
There's a few people
we've
that
had
have been
Boston
on a few
Rob on a
times.
few times.
Yeah. We've had some people. We'll figure it out. That's a podcast for another time. Right now, we're talking about episode 12, season 49. We are cooking now.
Yeah.
Really cooking. I had a lot of hopes for Sophie. She failed us on all accounts. Even after her grandma from beyond the grave spoke to her, told her to take Rizzo's idol.
Should have talked to Fair Play. Yep.
She couldn't do it. She could not do it. And I know that the second that her advantage was used in vain, that she is now regretting her decision, realizing that she cannot win the game. She has no power now to win the game unless she wins out.
You think it's 0? I was trying to think through if there's any way she can recover from this. If she sits next to Sage and Christina at the end, she obviously cannot sit next to Savannah and Rizzo.
I think Sage beats her.
Yeah.
I think when you
Sage.
play something that you think is going to be so powerful to a total airball.
She made such a big show of it too. Such a long monologue.
Yeah.
And I just like to confirm the reason it didn't work was because he had announced who he was blocking already.
Yes.
If he had brought that to tribal council, it would have worked, correct?
Which was our question on the podcast before Jeff answered that question on Dalton Ross's article, and we answered it ourselves. He'd played it already, announcing whose vote he was blocking before. Rizzo, a real masterclass in strategy, to be honest. I hate to give Rizzo so many props because for some reason he's just annoying to me. But he's just young. I was that annoying to people. I'm still that annoying to people.
But you cry a lot better than Rizzo.
I do.
You cried,
he's an ugly crier.
He's an ugly cry. Nice kid,
God
great guy,
damn.
playing a good
It's
game.
a very authentic
but he needs
cry.
to work
I
on
like
his
it.
cry. He needs
It's
to
an
work on his
authentic cry.
Yeah,
Listen,
definitely.
Yeah, he's like authentically
when you
emotional.
start becoming
like
like a C, D, C, and B list celebrity, get some veneers if your teeth are not saying Rizzo specifically, but as a person, get some veneers if your teeth are messed up and learn to cry beautifully. I'm not a beautiful crier either. To be honest, I kind of get embarrassed watching me cry on TV because I
do too.
Rizzo's worse than me.
Yeah, definitely worse than you.
Yeah,
how many times have you cried on
saliva
Survivor?
strings like between his upper and lower mouth? And how many times have I cried on Survivor? A handful for sure.
Really?
Yeah.
Publicly, like in front of the camera?
Yeah.
Wow.
On Blood versus Water, I cried. And Winners at War, I probably did.
Family
about
visit,
my
I think
family,
you did,
maybe
or you
not.
pretended to.
I think I did. Yeah, a lot happening. We'll start at the start here.
Yeah.
We come back from a unanimous vote out last week with Sophie talking hard about getting rid of Rizzo or Savannah. And this is for me, I thought Sophie was gone this episode because of that. Like they got right into her being like, I have so much power. I'm going to steal it. I'm probably going to steal it. I'm doing everything to steal it. The other thing we got was Rizzo's lie about his idol.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Dude.
Yeah.
Beautiful,
really well done.
Beautiful lie. And a lot of props, Rizzo, for doing that. I think that was a real masterclass in strategy. Really brilliant.
Yeah.
Ensuring that he gets 2 tribal uses out of it at least. And he's got like 10 tribal uses out of it.
He's basically already at the final 4 when this episode begins, because people like are so convinced that he's using it at 6, but then he's just gonna not use it at 5, and then there you go. He's like
good
out
news,
of the
though, for
voting
everybody
portion of the game.
Is that if you put him in fire, you know he's going to be the worst because he is so bad at challenges.
Dude, he's terrible.
I've never.
I thought he was losing on purpose. Like, is there a possibility he was losing on purpose?
No,
just because he's
horrible.
No, he's just so bad.
Sorry, Rizzo.
He is so bad. And they're not highlighting it, honestly. I mean, obviously they want us to like him, and the edit could really have thrown him under the bus. And maybe this young of a kid maybe should have humble him a little bit, because he's going to now sail through life thinking that you don't have to be good at stuff to succeed. And that, in a way, is the problem with our society.
I think that's interesting you say that, because I was thinking about, like, there's a lot of drama about 49 in the cast, and you guys are like, this is just like the bridge to 50. I get it. But like, one thing I'm noticing is like they're super fans. Like, and I think they spend so much time trying to get on the show that when they get on the show, that's the win. Right. So then they're kind of like out there and like, yeah, they want to win, but no matter what happens, it's okay. So they're okay just being okay because, they can create some contact, maybe host a podcast, maybe get on another season. But like, I don't think $1 million is enough.
Yeah, they can start their own podcast.
They could start their own podcast. That's
There's only one place to get your Survivor coverage. And then after that, come here.
Definitely.
But
like, I don't know. Guys. I just think like it's this weird like Survivor meets a like super fan cosplay Broadway production of Survivor, where Probst just happens to be there, and it's a really great set. They're just so happy to be there that the game itself, everyone's hugging and laughing and loving each other when they leave. It's like,
and even Steven's exit was just like, I'm not an imposter. I like won the real prize. I was like, no, you didn't. The real prize is in a week from now, when you're sitting there in Ponderosa wishing you were already home or still in the game, you'll realize the prize is actually the $1 million, and that goes a lot and not further.
Just getting on the show is the prize for these people.
But Rizzo, I would have to say, talking about that same point, is a true student of the game. He's watched the seasons so much. He's in tune with how it works. I'm surprised in a way that he didn't kick his idol to Savannah after Sophie told them that she had the knowledge is power. I think...
smart.
I think that could have been smart for him because Savannah has the immunity necklace. She's not getting voted out, so she's not playing as idol for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And then she can keep it the next round, and they don't have to tell anybody, because if Sophie doesn't try to steal it, then everybody still assumes Rizzo has it in his pocket. That way, if Savannah gives it back or not a big deal.
I think that might be the only thing that Rizzo isn't doing as well, which is really hard to say because this is his game, basically. But the trust that he puts onto Sophie and Savannah might be a little bit of a detriment to him because, like, you have to kind of be able to betray anybody at any time. Yeah. So I feel like the way that he put full trust on Sophie, not playing that onto him. I think that might be a little bit not so good for his game, but other than that, yeah, this is Rizzo's game to win if he can make that fire.
I mean,
I think he's got to make him go against
He's not going to make the fire, yeah.
Everything that takes any amount of dexterity or coordination, it's just a lot for him. Bless his heart.
He's good at pulling an idol out of a pocket, though. He's really good at that.
He's good at flashing that idol. Name. I mean, even he did it again today, like the theatrics of it. Is that winning the jury over? Are they loving that? Are they respecting it?
I feel like it gets kind of old at a certain point. It's like shit or get off the pot, you know?
Yeah. Although he did make note, he's like, listen, I'm crying wolf every single tribal. Like he said it to their face, and it's almost their own fault that they don't like take it. They should have put their votes on. They should have tried to flush the idol at some point leading up to this.
Yeah.
Ages ago.
So when he chose, I think he seriously considered playing the idol, right? In the voting booth, he was like doing the stuff, and he was like, I think I have to play it.
If it was a steal a vote.
Well, why?
He turned to Sophie and he said, was it a block or a steal? And she said, neither, I voted. And then he went to Savannah and said, was it a block or a steal?
It doesn't matter. It's the same.
They probably split. Then it could have been
a steal.
They would have 4 votes. It could have been a 2-2. And so he would have been vulnerable. That's what he was trying to figure out. I think you're right.
I mean, if you block a vote or you steal it, the vote doesn't count. So does it really matter if it's blocked or stolen?
Because I think it's because
if stolen, it's a two-way turnaround because I steal your vote, so I have 2 votes now. So
you can use the vote once you steal
one more vote, plus your side gets another vote gone.
Yeah, it would have been protecting for if they did a 2-2 like split on Sophie and Rizzo, which would have been like a tie going to a revote, and so he would have been vulnerable to go home, I guess.
Yeah.
But so when he chose not to play his idol, he thought that he was sending Sophie home there, right? Like he didn't realize Sage had flipped.
I think he kind of thought she probably was because he said, I'm sorry, girl, to her. But that could have been theatrics as well, like to lead the other side to believe. But then I guess what's the point at that point?
Yeah, the theatrics of being like, I don't know where the vote is. Does that play well for the jury?
Yeah, I don't think he knew the other 2 women flipped.
I mean, he was hoping because he did go to Sage and talk about it and say, like, could you vote Steven?
Oh, maybe
Sage is classically always targeting the person that is less of a threat to her. Like it's just like as her number one threat. Like the last handful of votes, she'd be like, I got rid of my number one threat, even though I have recognized in the past that Savannah and Rizzo are the number one threats. This is my new number one threat, and they're not the number one threat. That's like been her song and story for a couple episodes now. And I just think like she's not reading it correctly.
Whoa. I had a totally different feel on Sage's move here. I thought it made sense. Because she went in, she obviously can't get Savannah out, who's immune. She thought Rizzo was playing his idol no matter what. So he's off the board too. And she's basically like, if Steven uses the block a vote, he gets all the credit for this vote, and then I'll lose to him in final 3 as well. And she's already like, he's a threat to win. She thinks she can win next to Sophie. And now she's probably triply correct on that because Sophie just blew up her whole game.
Yeah,
so she wants the final.
That's a great point.
Yeah, if she wants the final 3 to be her, Sophie, Christina, there's only one person left on the board to get out. It's Steven.
Yeah. Okay, I concede. I think you're right now, Riley.
That was easy. Come
Not
on,
often that I
well
say
done,
it.
Riley.
No, I guess you are right. but that's.
I thought Sage has misstepped before in this game for sure, but tonight I was like, that actually is her best.
Yeah, so the only argument there for me, if you want to argue, is that Steven seems so loyal to Sage. Like she doesn't have to worry about Steven coming for her next. She does have to worry about Sophie coming for her next.
But does she want to get third place, second place, or first? Like I think there's kind of only one final three that she can win at this point, and it doesn't include Steven.
It doesn't include Steven, but it does include her trying to get in the majority. I think if she's with Christina and Steven moving forward here, then you can target. She didn't get Rizzo or Savannah out. There's 5 of them left now, right? She didn't get Savannah or Steven out, so she's already not going to win.
Or Rizzo out?
Rizzo or Savannah. That's what
she's got. So she's got to win. I mean, she's kind of screwed. She's kind of been screwed since Zohn got voted out.
That's what I'm saying. I guess if she's going to keep Steven in, now there's 3 people that can beat her versus 2 people that can beat her in the game still. But mathematically, she's already drawing fairly dead.
Yeah.
Not all the way dead. You're right.
She's got to get that.
Riley, you're right.
That one exact final 3. That's the only. Yeah. So, totally. You're right.
I mean, my argument is she should have gotten rid of Savannah or Rizzo a long time ago, and now it's too late.
Well, yeah.
But because Steven was there and he was the only option of the people that could probably still beat her in the end, she made the right move. So, Riley, I concede, but also Sage. Why didn't she make moves earlier? Obviously, this is all hindsight. Like in the moment, you're getting reads. We're being told a story based on the editing. So that comes into play. The reward challenge is the only group that will ever play this challenge. What did they do? A 1 of 1? It seems so similar to lots of challenges we've seen in the past. I didn't fully understand. Like, did they build it? And then Jeff was like, destroy the plans afterward. Or not like that. He would say it more sexy, like, destroy the plans.
Nice.
Afterward.
That's a good one. Yeah. Do you like how he had Steven try to pretend to be Jeff?
Last time?
Oh, was that last episode or is this
last week?
Oh, that was last time. I watched 2 back to back, just full transparency.
Yeah. No, I didn't. I like that Steven tried. I also like that Sophie was like, no, I'm not doing that. I would have been like that. I've been like, no, thanks. Unless I know that I'm hitting a grand slam with this impression, I'm not doing it.
Tyson, you pulled your move in this one and not take anyone to the reward? Yes. Nice, dude.
First of all, you don't win this. You don't win this. You're creating enemies here.
I agree.
Although if you are in the majority at this point and you feel like you're in the majority, it can be powerful to take your allies and to take it away from your opponents. So I'm also kind of coming full circle here. Like, should you win this? Should you 100% not win this? I don't know.
Because do you think if Sophie had not gotten taken along with this,
yes, I think that helped her lock in with Savannah and Rizzo.
Yes. Yeah. If she was left behind, I think she would have started thinking that she needs to get off. Rizzo, maybe. Yeah, right.
Or if Sage had won it and taken Sophie, that would have been huge.
A burn. We get her at the sanctuary talking about how she now needs to stay with Rizzo and Savannah. And it's...
Dude, when she was like, I have to share that I found something, I was like, head in hands.
Let's backtrack a little bit here.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
So we get Savannah winning. She chooses her 2 allies. I love this mashup of the back and forth between the 2 camps. I don't think we've seen that before. Just go back and forth with the similarities. Okay. We get Steven announces to Christina and Sage what his advantage is. Mm-hmm. And then we get Sophie, who's been so good about keeping it secret, announcing what her advantage is. Like, I watched Steven do it. I was like, oh, no, not great. And then I watched Sophie do it. I'm like, oh, no, that's not great either. And she's now pulled over to the Rizzo and Savannah side. And that was powerful. I think that's a moment in Survivor where Savannah didn't realize that Sophie was wavering and then was able to lock her in with that. And I think that it was crazy. I also like how
I still don't know if she realized. I think
no, she still doesn't realize.
Yeah.
She will when she watches it. But Savannah cares more about the food than she does the letters from home. But once she's full once she's full as shit, she decides that the letters are actually what she wanted the whole time. Once she can't eat anymore.
Hunger is powerful, man. You know? I don't care about my family. I'm hungry.
Yeah. And then as soon as she's full, she's like, I didn't realize how powerful these letters were for me. I need the letters. Like, no, total 180, like instantly. We also get, I love
Did
Savannah.
you ever get letters, Tyson?
I love Savannah. What?
Did you ever get any letters? Like, I've only had Survivor Africa, no family visit, is a video thing. Survivor All-Stars, I didn't go far enough. And then Winners at War, I was already, it was kind of a useless visit. I loved having my wife there, but no, I mean, like, I knew things weren't really probably going to go my direction no matter what. So, like, the inspiration that didn't like push me to the end,
I only got my letters after. So I think I saw a video of my family after I got voted out one year. I got letters after at Ponderosa. They give you the letters if you didn't get them in the game or if they haven't gotten to you yet. And so I've had those, but I've never gotten a letter in the game. But I did also want to talk about, like, I love Savannah. I think she's great on the show. I think her flip-flopping attitude is so funny, where she's just like, I'm the victim. I'm in complete control. I have to win. This is important for me to win. This couldn't have happened to a better person, me. And this is another moment where we get the letters from home. Rizzo, we have this heartwarming, touching flashback of his parents coming from Albania and his brother and how he's doing this for them. We get Sophie's flashback of her late grandma and how touching that is. And we get Savannah, who gives a fuck? Like, she looks at Rizzo when he's like, I got a letter from my brother. She's like, oh, neato, dude. Okay. Yeah, okay. And then she goes back to hers and she's like, I have a boyfriend. And you're like, okay, that's also, I guess, in a way, that's a thing, but it's just so funny. Like, no moment for Savannah with the letters, nothing. We do get 10 to 15 minutes of the other two crying and weeping for those they've left behind. And Savannah, oh, it's so beautiful. I don't know if that's editing telling this story to us or if that's just Savannah, just like ice cold, but then like trying sometimes. Riley, which is it? She ice cold?
I think she kind of is ice cold. I don't know. I love her. I loved when like the cut was to her being like, I'm actually more excited for the food. I need the tacos. I need the margarita. She's the best.
But then the cut of after that where she'd had all of those things, it was like, never mind, actually, I think I want the letters. I think that's what I want. And you're like, yeah, but you just had the food. Like, of course you don't want the food now. You had it.
There's a diminishing return there on the food.
I actually met Savannah at the opening of the Boston Survivor Cafe.
Yeah.
And she wasn't eating, by the way, or reading letters at the moment. But obviously very nice. But I think she's playing the game. She's like like focused and hardcore in the game. Like, I don't know if the letters are, didn't really distract her from, what she's, wanting to do. So like, she's just ready to get it over with and get back playing the game.
Yeah. Let's talk about Steven and Sophie both telling about their advantages. Did this help them at all, or was this just like poor gameplay on both sides?
I don't think it. I mean, like with Sophie, yes, I think it secured her in the Tres Leches alliance.
One of the worst desserts of is just the texture of Tres Leches. Not for me.
Yeah, I'm not like a flan guy or creme brulee or Tres Leches.
Too mushy. I like creme brulee for some reason.
Tres, no.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Dos Leches, you said?
Or no, never Tres.
Yeah.
Dos Leches. Anyway.
It's a play on the Spanish language, Ashleigh.
Thank you. I'm a linguistic expert. That's what you don't know about me. Yeah.
Now we do, because this is public. This is actually public, Ethan. Riley, you didn't weigh in. Is this good? Is this bad? Is it no? Sharing the advantage.
Oh, and sharing the advantages.
Is it bad for both of them?
I think it's good for Steven because I think at some point the, basically the bottom three, especially when they don't have immunity after that, like they have to form a plan. They have to know what he has, in order for that to happen.
Yeah.
But for Sophie, it's just like purely misplay, right? It didn't become catastrophic for her, but if she had chosen to steal Rizzo's idol and he had like moved it to Savannah or something, it could have been a real embarrassing moment at tribal council. And I mean, luckily she didn't have that happen.
It helped the others' game better than her game by telling them.
Yes.
Yeah. It made their game a little easier.
She's so clear-eyed early in this episode of like, I have been in this alliance of 3, but I'm clearly perceived as like the bottom of the 3, just kind of like the number that's there for them. They've been making all the flashing moves. Rizzo's getting up there at tribal council. Savannah's like a very big personality. Sophie, like much more subdued. And she's like, I will lose to these people. And then this reward happens and it's like she just throws in the towel. She's like, oh, okay, I guess I actually, these friendships mean so much to me that I'm just going to go to the end here. It's like, well, you said it before. You lose to these people.
Yeah.
So
I know what it is.
Ashleigh knows what it is.
Tell me, Ashleigh, please.
I think it's definitely the letters from family. Once you get the letters from family, not only does it distract you, it reminds you of your humanity. It reminds you of all the people you trust and the connections you have outside of Survivor. And so instead of playing the game like a Survivor player, you start playing it like it's, I don't know, a board game, like where, I'm going to be nice and give you some extra Monopoly cash, And so she kind of forgot that you're supposed to, the whole point of the game is to betray your alliances at the end so that you could get forward. And so the letters got her, man. The letters got her.
That's a good point.
If I ever
I want to add to that.
Okay.
I want to add to that first before you get into writing your letter to your loved one. I agree with Ashleigh. I also think an added element of that is when you read the letters, you're thinking of what those people are going to see on TV in 6 months. And you're like, I want to be heroic here and show that I'm loyal and that I am good and that I am an upstanding citizen in this moment of stress.
So this is so if I write a letter to somebody who's on Survivor, I'm going to write,
if you do not betray.
Gut them like a fish. Like, do not forget why you're there.
Yes.
Do what you have to, and we will figure it out after.
And I think it gets back to a bigger potential issue with these contestants is like they are very aware of how they're going to be perceived by the external audience. And I think that determines how they play the game. Like, get back to like this weird, they're like pretending to play Survivor, but they really are playing Survivor, and they're just saying stuff they think the audience wants to hear them say when they're playing Survivor. I don't think it's as authentic as it could be when you're just kind of like out there playing the game, not worrying about what the perceived, impression of you will be when you get home.
Do you feel like, Ethan, that's something that changed in Survivor for you from like your early seasons to like Winners at War? Like, were you thinking about like, oh, like everybody's going to see this in Africa? Or was it less of a thought back then because like social media didn't exist?
Africa, no. Africa, I felt I just went out there and did what I had to do and played the game. All Stars, this might have just been a self-reflection, but I was definitely aware of the camera and how people may perceive me. I think that was an issue of being a no person and then thrust into the spotlight after winning a show that just wasn't what I wanted in life. It wasn't really what I was going for. Now all of a sudden the whole world's looking at you. So I was very aware of the camera and what I was saying in All Star, and I didn't do well. I came back for 40 and I didn't give a F about anything. I'd been through a lot of stuff in life, and I felt the most free I've ever felt playing Survivor. Again, it didn't work out, but in a sense, as a human, I just felt I didn't really care what was going on. Obviously, I had a bigger agenda because I'm a cancer survivor. I made the statement like, hey, you can do it out there. Anyone's going through a health challenge, you can do it. So like I was aware of how I was going to be perceived in film. So that was a little bit, it came from the heart, but it was a little calculated, I guess. I didn't have to talk about that if I didn't want to, but I felt like I wanted to. But so to answer your question, I went up and down, but by the end, I just didn't really care. You want to play the game and focus and not be distracted about what you think people are going to think of you, or if you can coin a hashtag or make a blindside or get something really good to talk about on IG when you get home. Like that wasn't a factor in my game.
I also think, Riley, to answer the question you didn't ask me, when you've been on the show,
social media was kind of a thing for your first season.
But I want to say, but when you've been on the show once or twice, you see, because of social media, what actions you took that resonate with the audience. Like, oh, they didn't like this. Oh, they did like this. And you can play into those and do play into those. And sometimes that shifts. You see that with Coach, like they hated him in Tocantins. And now, if you got a Tocantins coach on season 50, the fan base would lose their mind. They would be so ecstatic to see the coach from 15 years ago come back that way. And so it's a full circle thing with Coach. I believe also a little bit with me on Tocantins, 50-50 hate, but I mostly hear positive now from people who rewatch that season. And, but right after, like, yeah, you do factor some of those things in. You're just like, that was a lot of hate for that one thing. I'm going to cater a little bit or change a little bit or act a little differently. And also like the things that really resonate with the audience that kind of go viral on social media, try and do more of those. Like that's part of the game. That's part of the entertainment industry. It's not part of being on Survivor. It's part of being part of the entertainment industry. And I think if you're not doing that, you don't have staying power on reality TV.
Yes, I agree. But I was also saying it's interesting to see the players that play back to back without seeing themselves on TV versus the players who play back to back and do. Rupert didn't necessarily get to see himself on TV. He came back for All Stars, did fairly well.
Amanda.
Russell played twice in a row and then he came back a third time and got voted off first, right? So clearly he didn't make the adjustments. Amanda, right? So like, I'd be really curious to see like whoever the players are on this season that gets chosen to be on 50, are they going to play the same way? Or are they going to just keep the vibe going from what they did on 49?
I think it depends on how it ends here. If you lose at Final Tribal Council and now you're going to 50, you have to make some adjustments to make those big moves to win the jury. So I think that, and they can over adjust because that's a lot of times what happens is people who lose in the final over adjust and adjust themselves right out of their second time. Or if they think they played a winning game on 49, they're going to play pretty much identical to how they played.
Yeah.
And so I think I think that if you have someone like that, they are the easiest person to play against on a returning season. Someone who feels like they did everything right the first time. So we'll see. It really is going to depend on who's selected and how this game ends for them. Let's go to the immunity challenge.
Yes.
Rizzo out first. Dang, he sucks at challenges. Like, how can he be so bad at like the reward challenge? He was dead last from the get-go all the way through. And it's not stacked. This isn't like a stacked cast of challenge beasts. And Rizzo finds himself in dead last all the time.
Yeah, I do think Savannah is kind of a challenge beast.
Now she is.
Yeah, but it's not stacked.
It's not stacked, but she was like
her and Steven
once
are
they
good.
Rolled up at this challenge, I was like, Savannah's going to be
definitely. I was the same.
Rock solid.
Yeah, and she was. She was rock solid all the way through. Sage and Savannah comes down to those two, and they start talking back and forth.
I didn't understand this. I didn't understand why Sage could have any expectation that Savannah would have dropped and let her. It's like Sage wants Savannah out, and
she should have told her plan. Like, I got this plan. What is the plan? Like, give me some insight, and maybe I'll drop.
It's like, oh, you got a plan to save me if I don't win immunity. I have a plan where I don't go out home either.
Yeah. Could the bench hear them at all, or no? Probably not.
I would think so.
Probably heard they're talking, but maybe not know what they're talking.
Saying. If you can't hear them, you're definitely checking in with them to see what was said. But if you can hear them, then then you can't say a plan. Sage, for a second, I thought was getting to Savannah until Sage said, if I were you, I wouldn't trust me either.
Right.
That's
things not to say when you're trying to sell someone your idea.
Yeah. Listen. If I were you, I definitely wouldn't trust me.
No way.
But will you trust me?
Just this once.
Just this once.
She can't help it. She can't help it. She's really authentic. So even when she's like kind of lying to you, she's like, I'm lying, but like you should trust me, but I'm definitely lying.
Yeah. So
technical question here.
Yes.
Were the heights of the steps the same?
I have that written down too.
Because I feel like I feel their knee heights were a little different, meaning the steps
Savannah's
were the
was
same
higher,
size.
but is that an advantage? I don't think so. I think having a lower leg is an advantage, to be honest, because less strain on your hip flexor. But
I mean, that's a hard position to hold if anyone's tried it. You know, for everyone about to go on Survivor, like yoga seems like a really good thing to do, getting prepared for Survivor.
No, we do not need more yogis out there, dude. Listen.
I mean, look at anyone mental.
I will die on this hill.
Okay.
We don't need more yogis on Survivor.
I'm not saying we need more yogis. We need more people who practice yoga before they go on Survivor.
Okay.
I don't need a yogi out there. I think the balance, the concentration, holding a pose for extended period of time, getting in your own head, like those are all very valuable things to have in your arsenal for Survivor rather than shooting baskets or lifting weights or doing long endurance runs. Like grip strength, obviously, right?
Yeah.
But I think holding a pose in an uncomfortable position is a way to train for Survivor.
Do you think
like right now, you have no idea what my legs are doing. It's crazy. I'm training for 53 right now.
He's doing wall sits.
I'm sitting, there's no chair under me right now.
I think that, this is the new, like, I 3D print puzzles at home. Now we've got people like standing on one leg while they watch Survivor. They're just like watching Survivor, just like holding it. The other thing I wanted to note is these two both beat the record from D. And the reason they beat the record is because two of them were still there. Had one of them dropped before the record, the other one would have won, and that would have been the stop of time. So it's fully dependent on second place, on whether or not records are broken. And that's it. That's how it goes. Like our record is not a true record. It's until you have Jeff be like, do you want to go for the record? You're by yourself right now. You can stay there if you want to go for the record. Or like maybe if that means that much to you and you're up there and you win and Jeff's like, congratulations, Savannah, you won. And she's like, I want to extend the record even further. Give me more time. And then she'll just stay there. Like, would that be cool? Would that be annoying to the cast?
Oh, yeah. It'd be annoying to them, but it'd be really cool for us.
Like, who's that guy that did like some backflip sit-ups holding onto a pole with his legs? Remember, he was like, doing, he used to build at poles in the backyard. And then when he was up there, he's kind of doing like sit-ups in front of everyone. Like
was that Hunter?
Hunter. Yes. Like, all right, dude, you're strong. You built this in your backyard, but like, don't show off in front of us how good at this you are. Like, that's not a thing.
Yeah. I mean, it is.
It's a thing, but I don't know if it's necessarily a good move. I guess so. Did it help?
No, I think on a show like The Challenge, it would help where being physically dominant is scary to people. But on Survivor, it just paints you as a target. And then when they have an open shot, they can take it.
Yeah.
So.
And don't forget, no one came up to Savannah after she won to hug her or congratulate her. And everyone went to
Sage. I also thought, we get Sage being too upset at Savannah to even like hug her or tell her she did good or anything. She just walks away and gives her the cold shoulder. And then the group hug around Sage while Savannah looks there. Is that, I mean, that's kind of shitty. Like to be the group there and she won and have everybody be like, no, not right now. Like you can see on Savannah's face this happy moment of her winning, thinking she was like in a great spot and being overjoyed that she'd won 3 challenges only to have the entire group. Like it did definitely put a damper on it. You could see her face change from like, yes, I did it. I'm a hero in this moment to, nobody else feels the same about how
Guess
my
people
win is.
really don't like me that much. Yeah.
Yeah. What was the read she got? You think that's the read she got, Ethan?
No, not that they don't like her. Or maybe. I mean, clearly, Chris, people have issues with her. They said that at tribal council. So the read was, I think maybe they edited out, like hopefully Rizzo said congrats or someone said congrats to her. But I think she handled it well. She could have been like, hey, why not me? Like, hey, I won this thing. But it's really hard to win when someone else loses so well. Or
I love winning when somebody
loss.
loses. It's like that's the best part of winning is watching someone lose.
Correct. But do you celebrate in that moment? Like, would you have celebrated?
No, you have to be measured for
keep
sure.
Crying. Yeah. All those people you thank didn't matter. You still lost.
Your boyfriend wasn't enough to propel you to
Not
victory.
Enough. No way. The wind.
Yeah. The wind. Yeah. Also, let's backtrack a moment because we get these propelling to victories. Sophie decided that the reward was God's way of telling her that she needed to stick with Rizzo and Savannah.
Oh.
God doesn't.
I was waiting
Survivor.
for a God moment on this
season.
season.
I've been really since whatever wackadoo chick left. Shannon left. We got. We've just been lacking in this talk of like God is propelling me at other people's expense. Yeah. So
it wasn't God.
God is making everyone lose so that I can win.
That was the devil.
Yeah,
they wanted to embarrass her at tribal. Like that was embarrassing. I feel so bad.
Or did God want to embarrass her? Maybe she needed humility. This is her challenge. You know, it's like my burden to bear is being wealthier than I ever imagined and still trying to be a good person. And her burden to bear is looking dumb on TV. But I also looked dumb on TV. So I've done it all.
She's so concerned with looking dumb on TV. Like, I don't know. I didn't really care about looking dumb on TV.
You do, though. You don't really care about looking dumb on TV, but you do feel dumb in front of that group.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. In front of the group and the jury, you're like, ooh, I feel dumb. And then be like, that's what I wanted. I did. Heads up, I did that on purpose, just FYI. Like, can you spin that in any positive way for you?
Right. I mean, I think this overall, maybe people are playing up until this point with emotions more than strategy. I feel in general, it's weighted a little bit more in an emotional game right now. And this turn for me, finally, once it started getting a little strategy, didn't necessarily work out well for Steven or Sophie, but it was more strategic in this episode than any other episode.
Really?
I think.
We did talk about the strategy, but ultimately everybody went emotional. Except for maybe Sage.
Well, they tried to play strategically, and it didn't work.
Sage did to vote out
Sophie
Steven.
went emotional for sure.
Sophie went emotional.
You know who didn't go emotional? Christina.
Christina didn't either because she turned on Steven as well.
Yeah, surprise.
So those two turned on Steven, and
I concede.
So, yeah, you concede. Yeah, that's two concessions in one episode. That's a record here on the Pod Has Spoken.
I don't know if I'm going to be asked back, but
all right, immunity challenge out of the way. We go to the scramble at camp, and it is a 3 versus 3, which is kind of what you want on Survivor, right? You want it to be. You don't want a unanimous decision. It was unanimous, but you don't want it to seem unanimous in this moment. You want it there to be some polls and tug of wars, and I think we got that. We got a lot of circling. Steven targeting Sophie and tells Rizzo, or Rizzo gets that out of him. And then Rizzo tells Savannah and Sophie what their plan is, and then goes to Sage and connects with her and tells her that, you know, she should do Steven. And then Sage tells Christina, and then Steven confronts Christina, and she says, we were kind of thinking that, but then we are not.
Dude.
Right. And they were.
Christina.
That was close.
I thought she was
Steven
going
got
home.
a nugget.
I thought she was going home
too. Definitely.
Yeah. Steven talks about how sloppy Christina's game is.
Spaghetti.
Yes.
Spaghetti with hands.
All over her face.
With hands.
Face.
Everyone else is using a spoon and a fork. Yeah. Do you use the spoon in there, Ashleigh?
Nope.
I use the spoon if it's given to me.
Oh, I never use it.
I don't use
unless it's for like putting more cheese on the spaghetti.
Oh, that's not what it's for. It's for putting underneath the fork while you twirl. Right? Isn't that right?
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless you're eating your spaghetti out of a crunch bowl and then you just use the sides of the wall and you don't need a spoon. I'm just putting that out
true.
there.
See, there you go.
With a plate or a bowl, regular bowl, you also could just use the side. No, crunch bowl is better. You're right.
Thank you.
EthanZohn.com. ezon.com for all your crunch bowl needs.
Do you like how Rizzo was so direct with like assuming there was, knowing what Steven's advantage was? Do you like that approach, saying, "Oh, I know it's this"?
I do because he's right. It works. But if he were wrong, he would be feeling the fool. The fact that he's like pretty much right, is strong.
But if he was saying, "Oh, a totally different advantage," I don't think it would have changed the way things played out.
No, but it would have looked. But he wouldn't have looked.
Or if he
as
said
brilliant.
nothing.
He wouldn't have looked as brilliant. I think the fact that he's like pretty close to what it is pretty smart. And even to the point where at tribal council, he turns to both his allies and asks if they had a vote block or stolen.
Right.
And so
that's pretty smart.
Yeah. So I did like that. And then right leading into the tribal council, we get Steven announcing he's blocking Savannah's, but then we get Sophie teasing us again that she's her grandma.
Yeah. Grandma.
God wants her to stay with Rizzo and Savannah, but grandma wants her to take Rizzo's idol.
Yeah.
Yes. I was talking to Riley about this before we recorded. 2 times ancestors have told people something and they didn't listen. Christina's ancestor told her not to use her idol. And what happened? She used it for nothing. And then now Sophie's grandma, her ancestor, said, do what you need to do. She didn't listen to the right person.
Yeah. So what are you saying? Don't listen to God?
Listen to your ancestors.
Listen to your ancestors. And in some religions, your ancestors are the gods, right? Probably.
Maybe. Yeah. Hindu? I don't know.
Maybe
making that up. I don't know.
Another podcast for another day. Riley's actually.
We'll get Shannon on and ask.
Yeah, we'll get Shannon on. She knows all about all of it. But yeah, you're right, Ashleigh. That is interesting that if you're a future Survivor contestant, listen to your ancestors. Listen to your ancestors. That's what we learn here.
Or just like, that's why I feel like the letters should almost lock you in with like, hey, I've known these people for 22 days, but then I have all these other people back home who I've known for my entire life.
Yeah.
Who are like, just cut this person and win this game. You know, they want you to do it. So it's funny how it almost always plays out the opposite where they're like, like we were saying earlier, I got to show that I'm loyal or, honest. I want to make sure I make these people back home proud. It's like, I know if anyone I know ever goes on Survivor, you'll make me proud by winning. The game. Yeah. No matter what you got to do to get there.
It's true. And I agree with you 100%, Riley. But my first season of Survivor, I could not have turned on Coach. He loved me too much. Too much. In so much that I think the play is if you can convince people that you love them so much that you would be absolutely devastated for the rest of your life if they turned on you, that's the play. Although then you may be too emotionally connected to them so that when you do betray them, they won't vote for you in the end. So that's the balance for sure. But I get where these people are at. Like, my bond with Coach was tight on Tocantins. And it wasn't the fact that I was so in love with him that I couldn't do it. It was that he was so in love with me that I knew it would be devastating to him.
I'm really in love with you too, Tyson.
Aww.
Yeah, but you wouldn't have been devastated and I wouldn't have needed to vote you. I mean, we didn't get to play together, but we would have been fine. I do believe if I would have voted, if I would have turned against Coach or blindsided him in some capacity on Tocantins, that he would have had a difficult time with that.
But I think that if Sophie had turned on Rizzo or Savannah, I think they would have been okay with it.
Yeah, like they for sure would have.
They would have high-fived it probably.
They would have been like game recognized game.
Yeah.
It would have been fine.
You think? I mean, Savannah would have been pissed.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but she'll get over it. Savannah's a competitor.
Yeah.
She will get over it.
I mean,
just like she got over the letters and the food, she would be, okay, fine. Rizzo's gone. Like, here, we got to change. We adapt. Adaptation is the key to this game, right?
So did Sophie think she was safe here is what I need to know. Because if she thought she was going home, then her taking Rizzo's idol and playing it on herself is what she would have done anyways, which also would have been wrong. Either way, she's getting it wrong.
Yeah.
But by taking
Rizzo's
idol... Did she have
to play the idol when you take it? You have to play it instantly?
No, you don't have to take it. You don't have to, but she would have assumed that this was the last time you could play it, so she would have played it.
Right.
Unless she got the instructions with it and read it.
Such a fail. She should have done that.
Yeah. So, but by taking Rizzo's idol, then now he's a target for next week, which I think would have been for sure a more powerful move because it would have at least helped in some capacity.
Mm-hmm.
Agree. Yeah.
So
this is just giant hair biscuit on this one. There's nothing really happened there.
Nothing. I like at least she had A and B if she took Rizzo's, because maybe it works in that moment, but even if not, she has Rizzo's idol away from him.
And this is now, so this is like 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the 6th time the knowledge is power advantage has been in the game. Kind of last season, Eva never even took it. So that I'm counting that as one of them. So really it's the 5th time that someone's had it. Never has been played correctly. Played incorrectly every single time. Yeah. Or just not used. The person goes home with it in their pocket or whatever. So it's, we have yet to see it ever work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything from Tribal Council that stood out that we need to talk about? I made some notes.
We need to talk about Jeff doing the Shakespeare voice.
The Othello thing?
He's done this like once or twice before, but
it's always gross.
It brought the Tribal to a screeching halt. Sage was like, what was your question?
She was like, another bucket list item. Thank you, Jeff. What was the question again? Like, I don't get it. And I told you guys earlier today on this podcast, I'm not doing an impression unless I'm hitting a grand slam. Like, what is Jeff trying to do here with, like, just talk in your Jeff voice. I don't need sexy voice talking about rewards. And I don't need any Shakespearean voice changes or any British accents or anything like that. Stop with that.
Maybe he's positioning himself for when Survivor's over. He might get into
stand-up comedian, being an impressionist.
Theater. Yeah.
If you did do an impression, Tyson, what would that impression be?
Who, me?
Yeah, what is your expert impression?
I can't do an impression.
Okay.
I mean, if I had
Wait, I've heard you do the impression of Jeff's sexy voice on this pod.
That's pretty good.
Multiple times
because his is so bad and it's so disturbing that it's like I do it in a way that it doesn't have to be accurate. With all the fixins.
There we go.
Yes. Oh, we got the chills on that.
Boned up.
Yeah, totally. Boop.
I don't know what he's going for here. I really don't understand it. And the Othello thing is another. And then for him to be like, I have control of final edit. Leave that. I think he feels like it makes him like,
he feels like it makes him
more human to people. Like they're like, oh, he's embarrassing and cringy too. Like he's one of us. Like, I don't understand it. I don't connect with him more from it. I feel more distant. Because I would watch it and be like, cut that. I thought it would be great. And it wasn't. Like, cut it. We do that all the time. 80% of this podcast is me doing impressions and they're 4 hours long. And Ashleigh then goes in and cuts 3.5 hours out of what we've done because I listened to it before and I'm like, my impressions none of them were good. So
Jeff, you guys should do like a freaky Wednesday and all switch roles and just do your pod as another one of you.
Yeah, impressions of each other.
Yeah, totally.
All mine would be like, "Hi, I'm Riley. I cover the NFL and Winger." And it'd be like, that doesn't sound like me. I was like, I know, I'm just saying the things that you're doing so that people understand that it's you. That's how I impersonate people. Riley, do a Tyson impression.
I can't. I'm not going to do that.
Good answer.
We'll see if inspiration strikes at some point, but not right now. Not on command.
I don't think I could do one either. I have to prep. I'll bring one next week. I'll even wear a hat and everything.
Practice it.
Maybe
I'm going to dress
the
like
shower.
I'm going to dress like you, and then you dress like Riley.
See?
And then Riley just like me.
Okay.
I like where this is going. There's a Halloween episode next year.
Oh,
next year.
I got to get an Arizona hat, something like that. Ooh.
Okay.
So I was thinking about the jury, and I think if you don't mind me saying something.
Yeah.
I think the jury.
You can say something.
Jeff's messed with the game since, it started. He's messed with every aspect of the game. And what aspect of the game has Jeff not fucked with yet? The jury, right? I mean, maybe once way back he went from like individual questions to more of a discussion, but like the jury has so much power at Final Tribal Council, and they just come there with their decision. Yet we as an audience don't get to see them make that decision. Right. Like, and I think it's so important, like people that get voted off and come to Ponderosa, they're campaigning, they're whipping votes, they're discussion, they're trying to get people to vote for other people. Like we don't see that. And all of a sudden they get to Final Tribal Council and they put their vote for someone and you're like, I didn't even know they were friends, or like, what is their relationship? So what I think should happen is I think they should change the jury structure. And hear me out here. What are your thoughts on this? The jury, Final Tribal, 3 people, 2 people, whatever. The jury has 24 hours to come to a unanimous decision, like real juries do in America and around the world. As a jury, you got to come together and pick the one winner that you all agree is the best winner. And if you don't, they have to draw rocks to see who wins Survivor. And now you film the whole thing. You get the jury. You get to see
every time. They're drawing rocks every time because someone like me doesn't give a shit. I'd rather watch him draw rocks than have to sweat it out than to like just ultimately give it to somebody.
To lose and win.
Okay, well, take the drawing rocks back. But don't you think it'll be fun and interesting to see the jury discuss like why they're voting for people? Like,
no,
you have no idea as an audience.
That takes the suspense out of reading the votes one by one. I think have the jury ask the questions at these tribal councils right now. Once the jury is formed, they can ask a question. They don't have to if they don't want to, but they can ask a question and Jeff can not do as Othello impression.
I just think the jury needs to be
more.
Their decision-making process needs to be more visible for an audience member.
So asking a question would do that at tribal councils, or maybe we have them at the end of each tribal council after the vote or before the vote. No, probably after the vote. Go through and say who they would vote to win in that moment right now.
Maybe, yeah. I'd like that. I just want to see them discuss.
Powerful.
You know what I want? I want them to film. I want them to film Ponderosa, and I want them to film it like it's Big Brother. And I want a little bit of it. Doesn't have to be like a full 2-hour episode or anything, but like just give us 30 minutes of them like interacting and talking at least a little bit. Like if Jawan goes and he goes to Ponderosa and he had flip-flopped on 4 people, I would love to see them interacting.
They used to do that.
Yeah. Give it to me. I want it. No.
They used to do YouTube episodes of Ponderosa after each episode of Survivor.
Barely, though.
And then they took them all off of YouTube. What'd you say, Ethan?
That was only I think they did that for a couple seasons.
For a couple seasons, but Tocantins was one of them.
Oh, was it?
Right. Yeah. And they have us goofing around and having fun. And people were like, oh, it's so fun to see them being human and not out for each other. And then they took them off of YouTube, but people recorded them, and there's ways to find some of them. But yeah, I like that idea too. I think it's great content. I know they have cameras around. Make some YouTube episodes. That would be more powerful than some of the stuff they're doing on social media right now.
Anyway, that's just my thing. I want to see the jury.
I miss the old format where each juror asks one question, you know?
I like that better too.
It felt like it gave you a little insight into the thinking of each juror and give them like one moment to shine. And this more like group discussion era is never really worked for me as well.
Yeah, you always get the couple people during the group discussion who are like,
yeah, because
I did a good move and I could have won the game, but you guys are there. You're like, okay, what are you standing up for to talk about again, Sarah?
and they all like you get some jurors who are more quiet, who don't really factor in as much, and others who are louder, who kind of like control the discussion, but they ultimately all each get one vote. And so I felt like it was better when they each, had kind of an equal voice as well.
I don't really like to take those moments at the end there. I don't think I said anything during Final Tribal Council on Winners at War.
But if you'd been like, hey, you're going to get that moment to stand up there
if
and
they
ask
were like,
a question,
you have
you'd
to
had
ask a question.
Prepped.
Yeah, you would have something prepped. But in that moment, I'm like, like Jeff literally comes to Ponderosa and is like, who wants to lead it off? And you was like, I will. And then he's like, I don't know if I can. I'm too nervous now. It's like, well, you already nominated yourself, dog. So yeah, go have your diarrhea in the bushes and then come back and ask you to start us off.
Oh my gosh.
And then comes back after. Is like, was that good enough, guys? And we're like, we don't care.
Oh my God.
It's done. We're done. Let's go home. So I like that too. I like the old format better. And maybe that's the first time anybody's ever said that about Survivor, that they like the old format better.
Yeah.
Goodbye, Stephen. You were great on the show. We're glad that you don't have imposter syndrome anymore. You're healed. It was a miracle from God. And let's get into Riley's reads.
Well, I just want to go through the finale episode and what we think is going to happen. Basically, one big prediction. We got Final Five. So we get Final Five vote and then Final Four.
Yep.
Someone wins immunity. 2 people make fire. And then you have a Final 3 and a winner.
Yeah.
All right.
So I guess who wants to start us off? Tyson? Do you know how it's playing out?
I know how it's playing. I mean, I don't know how it's playing out.
I want to put him on the spot. I'm going to give you a little time to think.
Unless you're ready to go. Time to think. No, I'm not.
Okay.
I can go. I think obviously Rizzo's safe next tribal council. He's playing his idol for himself, most probably, unless he somehow decides to not be the worst at challenges, which I don't think he will. I think he'll still be the worst. I think Savannah's probably going to win another immunity challenge. And then they will ultimately send Sage home. And then I believe that...
Who is they here? It's Savannah, Rizzo, and Sophie?
Yeah. We'll send Sage home. And then I believe those 3 are locked in. I don't think they're betraying each other.
I agree.
I don't think they're going to betray each other.
Sophie's gone too far now to flip.
Yeah, there's nothing Sophie can do because she can't get both of them. Unless she can get both of them, but she can't because Rizzo's playing his idol, so she's locked in. There's nothing she can do because she doesn't want to go home before. So then after that, we have the next round, and it's Sophie or Sage, or Sophie or Savannah is going to win immunity. Probably Rizzo, maybe Savannah again. Maybe she wins the next 2. And then to make fire.
Yeah. Dang. So who would Savannah put in fire?
So Christina.
I think she puts
Rizzo,
Christina and Rizzo and keeps Sophie.
That'd be smart for her game.
And then is there a world where Christina can win at fire? No. I think it's Rizzo, Sophie, and Savannah in the end.
Does Savannah ever keep Christina and make Sophie and Rizzo go? Because she knows she can beat Christina and most likely Sophie.
I thought about that, but I don't know if strategically they'll be able to do that. I feel like Savannah might feel like she's the front runner enough to keep Rizzo, and I think Rizzo might feel like he's the front runner enough to keep Savannah. And that's honestly, if you're the true front runner, that's where you want your number 1 ally to be, is feeling like they can beat you in the end. So I kind of feel like those three are going to be in the end.
I agree.
So who would win?
Oh, man. Not Sophie.
So Rizzo or Savannah?
Rizzo or Savannah, I think. If that's who makes
it's going to be Rizzo or Savannah. Obviously, out of those three, it's going to be one of those two. I feel like it's going to be Savannah. I think Savannah wins because it's hard to give someone as young as Rizzo $1 million from a jury.
I mean, how much older is Savannah?
A few years, but she's had some life experience with her work and her broadcasting and things like that. So I do feel like that will be rewarded. And
Savannah's 31, Rizzo's 25.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rizzo was the youngest person cast on this season.
Wow. Good for them.
Wow.
Yeah.
God, that's awesome.
Yeah, the cast has been trending older in recent seasons for sure. 25 being the youngest is kind of crazy. Used to
we get a 25-year-old.
25 used to be like the median age.
I know, but when you're 25 at this age, you're still living with your parents and you're still saying words that only people under 18 should say. So
cinema.
Yeah, like when Steven was leaving, he's like,
yeah.
When Steven was leaving Tribal, like Rizzo goes, GG, Steven. GG.
Yeah.
GG, Steven.
Is that like good game?
It's good game.
Good game.
Wow. I didn't know that. I had to look that up.
That's an old poker term.
Oh, is it? Sorry.
I think so. I mean, I don't know if it's old. They've been using it for 10 years at least since I've been playing
Since
poker.
The Poker Alliance.
Exactly. So I think Savannah wins in that scenario that I've drawn out. Ethan, what do you got?
I'm feeling similar, not just because, Riley asked you first, but I do feel that's the path it's going to go. I mean, we can play devil's advocate. If Sage wins immunity, obviously everything changes.
Yeah.
And then Rizzo plays his idol. I think Savannah goes home in that situation. And then their final three could probably be obviously a lot different. I would put Rizzo against Sophie.
And Rizzo wins outright easy, right?
And that gives him more of a chance to win the whole thing. Regardless, if Rizzo's in the final three, I think he wins.
You think he wins over Savannah?
Sage and Christina,
yeah.
And Sophie. Yeah, any of those three. I think he beats any of those three. Sage, Sophie, Christina.
Okay. Ashleigh, what you got?
I am on the same wavelength with y'all. I honestly think that Rizzo could win against Savannah actually, no, I think Savannah would win it because I think by like maybe 1 or 2 votes, like something very slim.
Okay.
Only because of her challenge wins. And I think just because Rizzo, I don't think he doesn't have enough under his resume in comparison to Savannah in terms of social plays. Like it's technically Rizzo's game. Like he has been holding that idol over everyone's head. And I think that might just be annoying enough for one person not to vote for him. But yeah, I think if it was Rizzo versus like Christina, Sage, and Sophie, it'd be Rizzo. And I think Savannah just has the slight upper hand above a Rizzo to win this.
Okay. I like it. Riley?
I have it very, very similar. Sage goes home at 5. I think if she doesn't win immunity, because she's kind of like the one somewhat of a threat left.
Yeah.
But I think that if Savannah wins at Final 4, I think it's Sophie and Christina in fire. And I think that Savannah will not want Rizzo to have like a fire making moment in front of everyone.
That makes sense.
And I think Sophie might also be like, hey, like put me in fire because I totally embarrassed myself at Final 6. I'm probably not going to win anyways. Just give me like one moment to sort of prove myself and get a little bit of like a nice stamp on my resume here. So I think it'll actually be those two in fire. And then I think Christina will lose and we'll get the final 3 of Sophie, Savannah, Rizzo. Which is pretty rare now in Survivor that you get a final 3 of people who are all in an alliance together. They almost always turn on each other. It would actually be kind of cool.
I did it on Blood versus Water.
That's I hate to break it to you, Tyson, but that was a long time ago.
I know it was a long time ago.
Modern Survivor anymore.
No, it's not. Yeah. Okay. So it sounds like everybody copied my idea for the most part.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Okay. I can see all of that happening. You are right, Riley.
And I do have Savannah winning. Yeah.
You are right about Savannah maybe not wanting to give Rizzo anything for his resume there. And I think that it's tricky if you're in that position to choose who does fire. Like if Savannah were confident that Rizzo couldn't make fire, would she get rid of him? If she were like, oh, he can definitely beat whoever he's against. He definitely can't beat whoever he's against. Like, what if Savannah like went to him and was like, Rizzo, I want to put you in fire if you can win. Can you win? And then he's like, no, absolutely not. I'm so bad at fire. Then be like, okay, you're going in. Like, is there a scenario where you can like get a read of how bad he could be, or be like, hey, let's practice fire. If you can get it really good, I'll put you in because that will be good for us. But then if he keeps failing at it, then be like, okay, now I know I can get rid of him.
The thing is like as little confidence as I have in Rizzo at fire, I also have very little confidence in Christina. I think we may be in store for like
give us some matches.
a really phenomenal fire making challenge.
So you guys go. I mean, Survivor. Like, know how to swim and not plug your nose. Learn how to make fire. Like those are kind of like the two things that are
the
like
thing
a non-negotiable.
Is a lot of nose pluggers can't start fires.
It's true.
I would guess.
So, I've mentioned this before, but I'm going to mention it again. We have yet to see a blindside fire making opportunity. Like, you're the person who gets to make the decision. You're just saying, you're going fire. Let me help you learn how to make fire. Let me help you learn how to make fire. And then you don't put them in fire. And the other two people are like, oh my God,
that's what I
the
think.
Whole day not doing anything.
That's where Savannah could get the true upper hand on Rizzo is in that right there. Be like, hey, let's work on your fire. Great. I want you to win fire. If I put you in fire, let's see, and see that he can't do it. And then she's assured that he will lose and she wants to get rid of him anyways and then put him in. That's, I think.
I'm saying don't put someone else in, blindside the people who don't know.
Yeah, you could do that. I mean, the misdirect, you don't get that very often. You should. I think that's partly why it's built into the show is to get that misdirect, that last little like betrayal. But it hasn't turned out that way very often because one of those people is going to be on the jury. So
true.
Okay. Well, before we say our goodbyes, we have a very big announcement from Ethan Zohn. Ethan, tell us a little bit about what's coming up.
Sure. Well, it's 50 seasons of Survivor. You got old school, you got new school, you got new era. Listen, like, I'm a super Survivor fan. Like, I love Survivor. I mean, Ashleigh, do you love Survivor?
I love Survivor.
Riley, do you love Survivor?
Love it.
Tyson?
It's okay.
You don't have to answer that. It's okay.
I love Survivor.
Well, whether you love Survivor...
and Ashleigh's answers were both lackluster. I love Survivor.
You do love Survivor has offered you so much in life. You have to love it a little bit. Everyone loves some aspect of Survivor. So I just want to ask the question, are you a Survivor lover? The next evolution of old school Survivor is coming right after this. Survivor Lover merch. Here we go. Not even available because it's dropping right after this pod. There you go. Survivor Lover. If you're a Survivor lover, if you know someone who loves Survivor, if you're a secret closeted Survivor lover, doesn't matter. Tyson, your wife is a Survivor winner lover, right? Lisa's a Survivor winner lover. Your kid's Survivor winner lover. So after this pod, this is an exclusive announcement. I'm dropping the new line of merch that come after old school, Survivor Lover. There you go.
Tonight.
That's the big announcement. Tonight, it's dropping tonight. Get them while they're last. Limited edition. They're not going to be around forever.
Yes.
And you can become a Survivor lover.
I was going to say that. Ethan Zohn is a 2-man show over there. 2-person show over there. They will sell out. So if you want one for someone or for yourself for the holiday season as a gift, you have to act fast because they will be gone.
And they will arrive if you order them in the next 3 to 7 days. You will arrive before Christmas and before season 50, where we're going to see a lot of Survivor lovers over there,
Yeah.
And I can't take full credit for this. My wife, Lisa, she thought of this whole thing. And, I'm just the the voice and the guy who put it up online, but together we're going to make so many more people love Survivor, and you can feel the love, embrace the love. Jeff loves to love Survivor, so be like Jeff and be a Survivor lover.
Yeah, advertise to the world your love of Survivor. That'll do it. So buy your merch at Ethan Zohn. Is it Ethan Zohn or Ezon?
It's ethanzohn.com. Thank you very much.
ethanzohn.com. Go to ethanzohn.com for all your Survivor lover needs and wants. Follow us, subscribe to us, smash the like button, do all of those things. We will be back next week for hopefully an action-packed finale. Thank you so much, Ashleigh and Riley and Ethan. Till next week. See ya.